Folks, let me ask you a question. Do you know how to make an obnoxious, spoiled child think that their world is coming to an end? Just do something they don't like. It doesn't have to be anything elaborate. Just find a way to pee in their Cheerios a tiny bit, and they'll be convinced that you practically kill them. I've seen it happen. Such it is when the left comes to this whole Elon Musk trying to buy Twitter thing, and I have to admit, sitting on the sidelines and munching on the popcorn from the cheap seats, I think it's pretty daggum funny. I mean, at this point, journalists are jetpacking their way across the dorsal fin of any shark they can find in an effort to adequately convey their displeasure, nay horror, at the prospect that yet another billionaire might end up owning yet another social media tech company. And contractually obligated as they are to invoke Godwin's law in a fit of unimaginative pique, They've even begun thinking of our billionaire homeboy with an extra chromie. The chrome boy with the homie with a chromie, that's what we'll call him, as the second coming of Adolf Hitler. He's not. Come on. And here's a fun little operating theory for you about that. The level of pants-crapping scared the left is at large is directly proportional to how quickly they trot out the Hitler reference. On the off chance that some of you have been in a coma the past few weeks, here's the basic situation as we've been discussing. Elon Musk bought an enormous share of Twitter stock a couple of weeks ago, and it served to set the stage for him offering to buy the company outright, offering them way more than Twitter is actually worth. Cue the scene from Airplane where pandemonium has set in and people are beating the crap out of each other and a flight attendant is running topless through the body of the plane. Sounds like a party to me. But what is it that the left is so afraid of? Well, let me put it in the words of Washington Post columnist Max Boot, who writes, "I am frightened by the impact on society and politics if Elon Musk acquires Twitter. He seems to believe that on social media, anything goes. For democracy to survive, we need more moderation, not less." More moderation, not less. I think perhaps Mr. Boot keeps using that word democracy without knowing what it really means. Others have opined that if Musk is allowed to buy Twitter, he's going to start World War III. Okay. One presumes that stems from the fact that he would probably unban people like Donald Trump. But hey, by the time Elon Musk gets around to it, he might have to start World War IV. We don't know. Putin might have taken care of 3 by then. It just goes to show you that even the richest man in the world can still be cursed with the thorn of leftism in his side. And meanwhile, as if the left throwing a temper tantrum wasn't enough, Saudi Prince Al-Walid bin Talal Al-Saud, a big investor in Twitter, whose name sounds like someone threw a bunch of Scrabble tiles at a wall, has been one of the biggest names rejecting the potential sale. He's claimed that Musk's offer of $43 billion was too small given the company's future growth prospects. One has to wonder if what he's really concerned about is that the right people to be banned from the social platform, i.e. human rights violating murderous pieces of shit, might finally be the ones who actually get dinged. But who knows what he's really thinking about under the picnic blanket. So in the final analysis, let me just say this. Elon, if you're listening, I know you are. Here's what you need to do. On the extreme off chance they let you buy Twitter, the very first thing you do when you own it, flip the off switch. Just shut it down. Maybe just for a day or two. Maybe for good. I don't know. The longer it's down, probably the better it'll be for the human psyche. We'll lose a few people. No doubt the weaklings will be jumping off bridges 5 minutes after they can't access their Twitter. But hey, in the long run, it will be worth it. Do you like Twitter?
No.
I hate it.
No.
I despise it. I do it because of the necessity of doing it. Kind of goes with the job.
And I think social media in general, right? The fact that a lot of people now have a voice, there's a double-edged sword, right? That it gives the average American a voice, which is awesome. The problem is it gave a lot of average Americans a voice, which is awful, right? And so it's allowed a lot of emotionally incredibly intelligent, ignorant collective to come together and have a voice. And so what we're seeing from this woke culture, right? Most of this woke culture are genuine idiots.
Yeah.
Right? Now, God loves them. That's fine. I don't like them very much, right? They are genuine idiots, and they have a voice, and they're able to rally together on some level. And, you know, it's crazy that when you look at a guy like Elon Musk, who was the darling of the left, because like the reason the dude started so much of the technology stuff he's done is because he has a legit belief in global warming on catastrophic levels, right? He's the doomsdayer, and the left is like, he's our hero because he finally gets it. Like the same left is buying all their mansions on beachfront property, right? Like just the hypocritical idiots. Nonetheless, as soon as he says something that's out of step with their woke perspective, that's why they're against him. If he would have said, I totally support the ban of Donald Trump, I don't know that they would have been upset with him wanting to buy
Probably
Twitter
not
at all.
They'd have been happy that he was willing to take it over.
Absolutely.